Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are tackling common renter problems that may be problems for homeowners as well. If you're new here, hi, my name is Megan. I make videos about interior design, decorating, DIY, and thrifting. I'm always looking for frugal ways to upgrade my life so that I'm living the best life I can within my budget. If that sounds good to you, hit subscribe. I have been a renter and lived in temporary spaces for a substantial part of my life. In that time, I have found creative solutions to some of the problems and challenges that I faced while living in apartments, including limited storage, poor lighting, limited privacy, and more. I'll show you how I transformed my closet and my kitchen using these solutions. The first problem that many renters and homeowners experience is not having enough closets, cabinets, or general storage. Let's go room by room and address this issue. We'll start in the kitchen and work with the space you already have there. I'm talking about the dead zone above your cabinets. I hate when kitchen cabinets don't go all the way to the ceiling, but I've yet to live in an apartment with them. Usually there's a space between the ceiling and the cabinets, which is great because we can use it as storage. I've stored everything from suitcases to large pots in this space. The area above my kitchen cabinets currently holds baskets hiding my DIY and plant supplies and an air fryer. If you have seldomly used items, I recommend storing them above the kitchen cabinets. You can use baskets and boxes to help organize your items. You could also hang a half curtain above your cabinets, effectively creating enclosed storage. Speaking of cabinets, you can make more storage if you organize the items inside your cabinets to optimize the space. Use a Lazy Susan, spice racks, baskets, and boxes to help organize your cabinets. If you have widely spaced shelves, buy additional shelves and storage that hang off a shelf. Buy an under-the-sink organizer with shelves to take advantage of any vertical space that you can utilize. While we are on the topic of vertical space, try to use the walls and the height that you have in your home. If you are a homeowner or a renter who can use nails and screws in the wall, look into shelving. You can also install a rail to hold pots and pans, which frees up the space they may have taken within your cabinets. You can also use the sides and front of your appliances for storage. I went so far as to buy a kitchen cabinet for additional storage and counter space. More on needing more counter space later, but for now, let's move into your living and dining spaces. If you have limited storage and space, everything in your home should be doing double duty, meaning that each piece of furniture has two functions. For example, the furniture below your TV is a dresser, or a cabinet that supports the TV and all the gear that comes with it while adding storage. Your coffee table works as a coffee table, but also storage. Your ottoman is a seat, storage, a footrest, and an additional table. If you have a small kitchen, use your living and dining spaces to display or store the items you might normally keep in your kitchen. For example, use a curiosity cabinet to hold servingware, cookbooks, and napkins. Use a bar cart for glassware, alcohol bottles, and other items for guests. Try using dressers in unexpected places like the entryway, the bathroom, or as a night table in the bedroom. They will give you more storage and additional surface areas. Like we did in the kitchen, let's take advantage of the vertical space in your living room, dining room, and bedroom. Add shelving if possible and take it as high as you can. If you can't go high, Go low. Make sure you are using the storage space underneath your TV console, dresser, couch, and bed. Don't let that dead space go to waste. Lift your bed to create even more space for storage and suitcases, off-season clothes, and other items. You can also use Ziploc shrinking bags for off-season clothes, outerwear, and comforters. I'll link the ones I use below because they actually work. Be sure to utilize the space behind your doors with over-the-door organizers, baskets, and command hooks for hanging anything from umbrellas and bags to coats and hats. Here is an example of how I reimagined and reorganized my bedroom closet. These are the before photos. Look at the photo on the left. Do you see those rectangular wooden pieces attached to the inside of my closet? Those are the handmade brackets for the shelves that used to be in the closet, but when I moved in, the only remaining shelf was the one at the bottom. Do you see the hanging rail on the top of the closet? The only clothes that will hang on that rail are baby clothes on a child-size hanger because the closet is only about 16 inches deep. If I hang my adult clothes in the closet, I can't close the door. You can see that at this point in my closet organization project, I had installed command hooks on the back of the closet door so I could store handbags, work totes, and baskets. In the photo on the right, you can see that I worked around the baby hanger issue by using hanging shoe organizers. However, this was a Band-Aid solution as I was not really utilizing the closet to its fullest potential and I was losing all of the space on the left side of the closet. I hated opening this closet and it was full of shoes. If any closet should be fun to open, it's a shoe closet. So something had to be done. I decided to make over the closet and bring back the shelves that once were inside it. I bought wood and painted it white because I wanted the closet to be light, bright, and clean looking. I installed the shelves using the original wooden brackets. I think I only had to rebuild one or two that were missing pieces. Using the original brackets meant I was locked into the height of the shelves. In order to use as much of the space as possible, I bought these little hanging baskets from Amazon. I think they're meant for holding cans of food or plastic bag boxes, but I use them to hold my shorter shoes and sandals. I was even able to store my knee-high boots up at the very top of the closet. Could I do more to utilize the space of this closet? Yeah, probably. But this works for me for now. Let's move on to the next problem facing renters and homeowners. Problem number 2, not enough counter space in the kitchen and bathroom. Again, let's start with the space we already have and make more of it. Most homes have an oven, so claim the stovetop as counter space by buying a cutting board to lay on top of the burners. Now you have additional food prep areas. You could also buy a silicone mat, effectively turning your stovetop into an area to dry dishes. You can buy cutting boards and draining boards that turn your sink into additional counter space. If you have a little more space, consider bringing in more furniture to provide additional counter space and storage. A small dresser, washstand, or cabinet can serve as a coffee station, island, or countertop. In the bathroom, take advantage of the dead space behind and above the toilet by investing in storage with additional counter space. If you have a pedestal sink, you can buy a storage unit to place under it, many of which are designed to add counter space as well. You can also hang a curtain from the sink, creating a sink skirt, and store things underneath it. Yes, a sink skirt adds a hiding place for things that might normally sit on the counter. Last but not least, get things off the counters. Earlier, I mentioned installing shelves and rails to free up space in your cabinets, but you can also use hooks for baskets to hold fruits, vegetables, grocery bags, linens, and other things that might sit on your counter taking up space. Consider hanging storage for cooking and eating utensils as well. Problem number 3. Your home is too dark due to not having enough access to natural light or having poor or limited artificial light. Let's address the natural light issue first. My first tip is to clean your windows. You may be laughing, but it will make a difference. Aim for spring and fall, especially as the days get shorter. Next, choose light colors and fabrics for your blinds and drapery, and pull those curtains back so they're letting in the daylight. With the light that is coming into your home, let's maximize it with mirrors. Place a large mirror in a place where it will catch the light from the window and bounce it around the room. Now let's add artificial light. Bring in table and floor lamps, switch out an overhead light with 2 bulbs in favor of a light fixture with 3 or more bulbs. You can always put your overhead light on a dimmer so that you're in control of how much light they provide. Add a sconce or 2. There are plenty of sconces on the market that do not require hardwiring and some that do not require drilling. If you have a sconce already but no electricity to connect it, buy a rechargeable light bulb to put in it. Mount lights underneath your counters, in the cabinets under your sink, and inside your closets. Limited natural light will make it hard to tend to your indoor garden, so buy a plant light or invest in faux foliage. I have all of these products in my home and I'll link the ones I use. Problem number 4, a lack of privacy from neighbors and roommates. I lived in an apartment where the kitchen windows looked directly into my neighbor's apartment. To create privacy, we installed large curtains which robbed us of natural light, and I wish I had known about privacy films. If I had, I would have selected a frosted or stained glass privacy film to apply to the windows. It would have kept my neighbor's eyes out while letting the natural light in. Privacy film is relatively inexpensive, so if you want to try out reeded glass, which seems primed to trend right now, go for it. You can swap it out if or when you get bored. While I regret using curtains in that way in that apartment, half curtains can provide privacy while letting in light. Full-size curtains can also be used to create privacy within the room, as you can use them as a room divider. If you are looking for a more substantial, weightier way of creating privacy, look into built-in bookshelves or wardrobes that you can use as a room divider. Problem 5, unattractive or dated floors, countertops, and cabinets. There are a few things you can do to make your floors, countertops, and cabinets more enjoyable to you. Our first option is to cover the unattractive or dated surface. For the floor, you can buy an area rug or apply peel and stick tile. You can also paint the surface area to conceal it. Another way to cover and hide the surface is to use the ever-popular contact paper or wallpaper application over the surface. You could do a combination of both, like I did in my bathroom. Let's say that the color of the surface is the issue, but you can't cover it with an area rug, tile, or paint. Try picking a neutralizing paint color and paint the wall next to the area. The neutralizing color will help tone down the color you don't like. For example, if you don't like the cherry red cabinet color, try a dark, almost navy blue on your walls. If your cabinets are outdated or a color you don't like but you can't paint, you could remove the door fronts from the cabinets. Without door fronts, the cabinets will now work like open shelving. If you like the idea of removing the cabinet door fronts but don't like open shelving, try installing a curtain to act as the new door front. I mentioned earlier in the video that I would show you my kitchen and how I transformed it using the solutions in this video. Well, here are some of the photos of my kitchen when I moved in. It's just a little white box. A dark little white box. A dark little white box with no counter space, just that tiny dark rectangle between the stove and the sink. The first phase of this transformation addressed the lack of counter space and storage, the darkness, and the wall color. I added a shelving unit from the Container Store, a sort of bar top island that my sister didn't want, and an additional shelf on the wall, which gave me more storage, counter space, and also seating. Next, I attempted to tone down the bright white of the walls by bringing in a more complementary and pretty peel and stick wallpaper from Temp paper. I didn't have enough money to wallpaper the whole room, so I color matched the wallpaper and painted the remaining walls. I also DIY'd a light for under the cabinets using a leftover pasta jar. In phase 2, I wanted to cover the floors I always hated, so I bought faux travertine peel and stick tile from Home Depot. I laid the tile down in a diamond pattern to make the space feel larger. Installing the new floor really inspired me to step up my storage game, so I invested in a cabinet from Amazon. I had entered my English country cottage era. While watching several episodes of Love Island UK and under Coconut's supervision, I took this and made it into this. Here is my kitchen as it looks today. We've got peel and stick floor tile, peel and stick wallpaper, and painted walls. I added a lot of storage with the cabinet, a peg rail with baskets, another hook for Coco's bags. I covered that bar top thing in contact paper and added a curtain. For light, I added a baby lamp and upgraded the ceiling light, which is from Anthropologie. I also added a mirror to help bounce light around and make the space feel bigger. Do you see anything I missed? Those are a few of my tips, tricks, and solutions for common renter problems. I hope this helped you, inspired you, and if you have some ideas, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm sure I'll think of things I missed as soon as I share this with you. If you have additional renter or homeowner problems that you'd like me to tackle, you can put them in the comments as well. Maybe I'll have enough ideas for a part 2. If you like thrifting, interior design, decorating, DIYs, and want to hang out again, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. I've got a bunch of autumn-themed videos headed your way, and we may actually finish the entryway makeover before Halloween. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!